conclusion, use a DMPC to help you and your players, but don't let it steal their spotlight. Welcome back, and now for a little bit of my personal history with DMPCs. My use of the DMPC came about as a result of me becoming a dungeon master within the first few sessions of me ever playing Dungeons & Dragons. I became a DM and was strictly a DM for several years. I had the desire to see what it was like to sit on the other side of the table, and this was my best chance to do it. The following are some of my favorite DMPCs from over the years. The first is Jim the Human Paladin. He was unremarkable and mute, so I had minimal role-playing to do. He really was just a big meat tank that followed the group around and soaked up blows. But as players tend to do, they grew attached to him and they liked having him around. As that campaign evolved, I introduced Theodore Dawnwatcher, the Thri-Kreen cleric of Pelor. Think giant praying mantis man in priest's robes. Weird, I know. He worked as a bit of an off-tank and he could give out heals as well. My players relied on him for insight checks as well, allowing me to describe these different characters through the eyes of one of my NPCs. An interesting role-playing dynamic, to be sure. Then, later on after his untimely death, I introduced Bocephus, the Goblin Bard. He could dole out pretty good heals, and I could use him for plot purposes, taking the players around to follow him to concerts and getting into kooky shenanigans. Finally, I'll talk about the DMPC that I hinted at in the last video, Blades the Kobold Ranger. He was a 2-weapons fighting ranger, and I made him just in case the party wasn't going to have enough damage output. However, in the battle that I introduced him in, he dealt the killing blow to 3 out of the 4 bad guys, kinda stealing the thunder from my barbarian and my warlock. As a result of this, moving forward, I generally stick to clerics and paladins for my DMPCs. In conclusion, use a DMPC to help you and your players, but don't let it steal their spotlight.